Hi, I'm Katie Wilson, and I'm going to talk about Heidegger today. So, Martin Heidegger was born in 1889 in Germany, and he was considered by most to be the first philosopher since Plato and Aristotle to be concerned with the question of being. He devoted most of his time and energy to the consideration of the question of being, and therefore he also spent a lot of his time considering the concept of nihilism. So nihilism has two meanings actually. It has a metaphysical meaning and a moral meaning. So the metaphysical meaning of nihilism refers to the belief that nothing is, like there's absolutely nothing and there's no eternal God or a being. So this is contradictory to many other cultures due to the fact that they do believe in an eternal being. So nihilism has no constant foundation, and according to Heidegger, that means that it would be difficult and nearly impossible to have any truth, justice, or morality. So the second meaning of nihilism is the moral meaning, and the moral nihilism is the consequence of metaphysical nihilism because there is no eternal God or being. It destroys all the fixed standards of good and bad, and so Heidegger does not agree with nihilism because he believes that it has the final consequence of a fundamental misconception of being. So due to this, Heidegger wanted to overcome nihilism and revitalize the German nation. He believed that the Freiburg University, of which he was the rector for, would play a part by directing the Nazi revolution toward a more fundamental experience of human existence. And he also believed that it could serve as a basis for more authentic ethics and politics. So the university would play a role in this by giving the political movement an intellectual substance that it previously lacked. But this goal of Heidegger's did not last very long because he became at odds with the Nazis and he eventually began to resist the Nazification of the university. And then consequently he resigned as rector of the university. So before Heidegger became at odds with the Nazi, though, he did have a plan for the university, and his plan for the university's role in the revolution involved a spiritual mission that was rooted in the essence of the university. So according to Heidegger, the dominant characteristic of the university's essence is its self-administration. And self-administration is, in this context, occurs when the individual in the university set their own task and they determine in the way and manner of realization themselves. And in doing so, they would be what they ought to be. So that's what it is according to Heidegger. But this statement then leads Heidegger to bring up the question of how do we know who ourselves are, which he questions in many of his writings and general philosophies. And so, in order for the people in the university to know themselves, they have to self-examine, which can only take place in the university's self-assertion, which is the will to essence. So Heidegger believes that science and German destiny must come to power in the will to essence. This will happen if the teachers and the students expose science to its innermost necessity and they are able to stand their ground while German destiny is in its most extreme distress. So Heidegger states that, for a university, the faculty is a faculty only if it becomes capable of spiritual legislation and rooted in the essence of its science, able to shape powers of existence and pressure it into one spiritual world of the people. And so the student body, therefore, is only the student body if it places itself in the realm of this spiritual legislation from the start and thus tears down the departmental barriers and overcomes the staleness and falseness of the superficial professional training. So that's all what Heidegger thinks about the university and the students and teachers' role in that and how they could help with that. So Heidegger's philosophy on the university is very similar to his general views. He's concerned with being and how do we know who we are, and exploring all the possibilities that could add any insight to this question. And that's what he was trying to do at the university, but that didn't really work out for him in this particular case because he did resign. But Obviously, he still went on to ponder and study other things, and especially being. So, thank you.